Hi guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing a book series, and specifically that book series is the Bloodlines series by Richelle Mead. Now if you did not know, this is set pretty much straight after the Vampire Academy series by Richelle Mead. And there are 6 books in the series, the first one being Bloodlines, the second Golden Lily, the third The Indigo Spell, the fourth The Fiery Heart, the fifth Silver Shadows, and number 6 The Ruby Circle. Now since The Ruby Circle was just recently released this month, I decided I could finally do a series review on it. Now all the books are out, so if you have not read the series yet, it's a perfect time to pick it up. And I know that some people don't like the covers of the books, but the spines are really pretty. So even if you have not read the Vampire Academy series by Richelle Mead, I still think you can read the Bloodline series and thoroughly enjoy them. Whilst you might not get certain things and might not understand some certain characters to the fuller extent, I still think this is a really enjoyable, fun series. And then hey, after you finish this series, you might want to pick up the Vampire Academy series. And if you have read the Vampire Academy series but you haven't started the Bloodline series, why not? I love the Vampire Academy series, but the Bloodline series is just so good. It's so fantastic, like 10 times better than Vampire Academy, and I didn't even think that was possible. Every book in this series just gets better and better, and there are stuff in the Vampire Academy world that's not quite explained, but it's explained in here. Like if you ever wanted to know who a certain character's father is, look no further than these books. They'll tell you. If you want more of Rose and Dimitri, then here, take these books, read them. They're so good, just read them. And you're introduced to so many other good characters. But alas, I guess I should explain what this series is about so you can fully be convinced to buy this series. So this book follows the main character, Sydney, who is an alchemist. And the alchemists, it is their job to protect the world from the vampires and the Mori and the Storog. So they protect the vampires' secrets and help save human lives. But Sydney got into a little trouble with her last encounter with the vampires. So right now she's kind of sitting on thin edge in the alchemist point of line. And then one night she's woken up in the middle of the night and she's sent on a mission. She thinks that she's going to be in trouble and that she's going to be sent away, but instead she is sent on a very important mission for the alchemists. She finds out that it is her job, along with a few others, to help protect Jill, the sister of the Mori Queen. Now Jill is in mortal danger and it's up to Sydney to help her be her guardian and protect her. So Sydney and Jill and a few other characters are sent to Palm Springs in California, where they're to live their life in a normal high school, pretending like everything is normal and okay, and protecting Jill in the meanwhile. But the issue is, alchemists are trained to hate vampires, and so when Sydney finds out that she has to live with Jill, she's got this issue to deal with. Sydney has to spend her time with all these vampires who she's been trained to believe that they're evil. Sydney doesn't also just have to protect Jill, she also has to deal with a few other vampires, one including Adrian. And Adrian really isn't that easy to deal with. He seems to be getting into trouble a lot, he likes to party, he likes to sleep around a lot, and it just gets complicated from there. Poor Sydney has to deal with all of this and protecting Jill and trying to live a normal life, all by making sure that she doesn't cross the alchemist boundary lines of getting too close with the vampires. I'm not going to go into any more detail about the series because I do not want to spoil them, but trust me, it is fantastic. One of the main reasons I love this series is the characters. They are so fantastic and so strong. The first 3 books are told by Sydney's perspective, and the last 3 books are told in dual perspective by Sydney and Adrian. It's done really, really well, and there's no complications and confusion of which character is which. It's done really simple. But the characters, oh my gosh, the characters are so good. You are with these characters for 6 books, and a lot happens in 6 books, and you just can't help but fall in love with them. You go through so much with them. You see them in their worst points and their lowest. You see them when they're high and when they're down, and you just feel for them so much because you experience so much of them. I feel like these characters are some of my best friends, and it's so hard now knowing that the series is now over. It's not only that, it's a character development in this book. All of the characters grow so much throughout the series, especially Sydney and Adrian. The character development in this book is astounding. If you told me to pick one series that has like the best character development, I would easily just say Bloodlines, because I don't think there is better character development than what is shown in this series. The plot is also fantastic, as are the side characters. You fall in love with everyone. The storyline is intriguing. There's no plot holes or obvious failures. It's just all so fantastic. It is definitely one of my favorite series, and I really just want everyone to read it so I can just discuss it with everyone. You don't have to be into reading a lot of vampire books to get into this series. I used to be like a big vampire lover of books, and now I'm like, but this series is so good, you don't need to. Sydney's uncomfortable around vampires, but you know what? She still deals with it because she has to, so read the books. Seriously though, if you were looking for a series with captivating characters, both main characters and side characters, who you would fall in love with, fantastic character development, fantastic plots, fantastic storylines, and a series that you can reread over and over again, then I would recommend this series. It is so fantastic. Side note, take a shot every time I say fantastic in this video. Actually, please don't, because you may or may not die. So yes, the Bloodlines series, if you have not picked them up yet, or they've been sitting on your shelf for ages, if you only read the first couple of books and you haven't picked up the rest of the series, I don't care. You've got no excuses now. All the books are out, go read them. You will not be disappointed. I'm not going to go into spoilers with this series, however, I did do a book review on the Ruby Circle, the last book in this series. It is up on my channel, I will leave a link down below, where at the end of the video I do discuss spoilers, so if you do want to hear my thoughts on the series finale, then you can check that video out. Comment down below if you've read the Bloodline series, or when you're picking them up, not if, when you're picking them up. And like this video if you liked it, and subscribe if you'd like to see more book related videos from me, and I'll see you next time. Okay. Go read Bloodlines!